merely labels cheesecake or subjectively existent cheesecake into objective existence. And the physicist will say that she's just giving electrons, protons, and neutrons. You're getting it? Okay. Now, you say your father may say, oh, she's giving a cheesecake, right? Okay, but who prepared the cheesecake? Cheesecake baker. And he has no clue what is electrons, protons, neutrons. You're getting it? He has no clue, subjectively existent cheesecake. But at least the label cheesecake comes. So therefore he gets some clue. Right? Electrons, protons, neutrons, he has no clue. Right? Okay, now tell me, cheesecake. Who knows the best about cheesecake? Cheesecake baker. So you agree with me or not? Okay. Now, this is known as the conventionality of the cheesecake. Conventionality of the cheesecake. The moment you cross this conventionality of the cheesecake, you enter into the ultimate nature. Conventional nature and the ultimate nature. You getting it? Conventional meaning, what they say conventionally, the people, they understand it. For example, the cheesecake baker, they know about cheesecake so well. But the moment you talk something and the cheesecake baker, he gets lost. Which means that you have already crossed the border of the conventionality. Okay, let us say this again. The moment you talk about something of the cheesecake, but it makes the cheesecake baker confused. Right? You have crossed the conventionality of cheesecake. Because cheesecake conventionality is best understood by the cheesecake baker. You get me or not? If you agree with me, the moment you cross that border, you go into which domain? You go into the ultimate domain. You getting it? You cross the conventional domain, you go to the ultimate domain. Okay. Now, the moment you say, okay, which is the cheesecake? First electron is the cheesecake, second proton is the cheesecake like this. The cheesecake baker will have no clue. Yes, no. Okay, when you go into this domain, you cross the border of the conventionality of the cheesecake bakers. You cross the border of the conventionality of the cheesecake baker, you get which, for example, the Israel border, you cross it, you reach where? Huh? Ultimate reality, wow. You cross the Israel border, you reach the ultimate reality. Wow, amazing. To understand ultimate reality is easy. Come to Israel and then cross. Go to Jordan, and then you reach ultimate reality. Huh?
Give everybody cheesecake, they come to it.
Okay, now the point is, let's say that, okay, this is very important. Okay, first few things for us to learn. Conventional versus ultimate. Don't forget it. Conventional versus ultimate. Independent versus dependent. Objective versus subjective. True versus deceptive. Okay, let us learn these four things. What are they? Conventional versus ultimate. Conventional as opposed to ultimate. Then the subjective as opposed to objective. Then the dependent as opposed to independent. Then deceptive as opposed to true. Okay, don't forget it. These four pairs is very important for us to know that. Okay. What we said? It's subjective, no. Conventional as opposed to ultimate. So when you cross the border of the conventionality, you reach the ultimate. You getting it? Okay, don't forget it. So what is the standard of conventionality of the cheesecake? Cheesecake is understood by the cheesecake bakers, not all bakers. Right? But this is usually our problem. When we say that Albert Einstein is so good in physics, we even ask biology to Albert Einstein. Right? This is the human psychological problem. Simply because somebody is a baker doesn't mean that he's a cheesecake baker. Right? So therefore, the best conventional cheesecake is best understood by cheesecake bakers. You getting it? Okay. The moment he or she get lost, you have crossed the conventionality of the cheesecake. The moment you cross the border of the conventional cheesecake, you go into which domain? Ultimate domain of the cheesecake. You getting it? You go into the ultimate domain of the cheesecake. Okay. So, with this, okay, one we have learned about the subjectivity and objectivity. Now what we are learning is about the conventionality and the ultimate. Getting it? Okay. Now let's say, okay, how many of you learned, how many of you read Heart Sutra sometimes? Raise your hands, how many of you read Heart Sutra sometimes? Okay, how many of you have no idea what Heart Sutra is? Okay, so Heart Sutra is one text which explains about emptiness in its fullest form, right? So in Heart Sutra, essence, in fact, Heart Sutra, it is known as the heart, essence of all the teachings of Buddha. And from this Heart Sutra, essence of the Heart Sutra is this one stanza. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is no other than form. Form is also no other than emptiness. Okay, I don't think we have it here. Okay, can we say this with me? Form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. Let us say this again. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Form is not other than emptiness, emptiness is not other than form. Okay, very good. This is very important. This is very important. If you know this, these 4 lines, if you know this, just not the recitation, the meaning, if you know this, your life will become very easy. Not because of some miracles, because of your change in the thinking pattern. Your thinking becomes very realistic, very practical, and you are not at all going to be affected by external factors. Your peace of mind is guaranteed. You getting it? Okay. So what is the first line? Form is empty. Okay, let's see. Group A and Group B. Right? Okay, Group A here, the involved, your name? Tomar, okay, there are several Tomar. Okay, let's say this line, Group A, and then from here, Group B, right? Group A, Group B. Let's say Group A looks at this flower with your naked eyes. Group B looks at this flower through electron microscope. Right? Okay. Now, Group A, through naked eyes, what do you see? Flower. Group B, what do you see? Electrons, cells. Okay, say initially you may see these cells, then you will see the molecules, then you will see the what? Atoms. Okay, we can go beyond that. So stay there, just say atoms. Okay, now Group B, what are you seeing? Hey, Group B. What are you seeing? Through electron microscope, what are you seeing? Atoms, millions of atoms. You getting it? What about flower? Hey, Group B. What happened to the flower? No flower. You getting it? Just atoms, that's it. None of the atoms is a flower, just it's flowers. There are no atoms. Hey, Group A, what are you seeing? Flower. You getting it? Okay. Now, Group B, pertaining to the flower, you are seeing flower or no flower? Group B, what are you seeing? No flower. So no flower, no and emptiness are same. Yes, no? Yes. So emptiness of flower. Hey, Group A, what are you seeing? Flower. Group B, what are you seeing? Emptiness of flower. No flower. No flower. So put it in better language. Emptiness of flower. No and emptiness same. Hey, group B, what are you seeing? Emptiness of flower. Group A, what are you seeing? Okay. Now, group A, what is this? Group B, what is this? Good. So the Heart Sutra first line says what? Form is empty. What group A sees as form is what group B sees as emptiness. Form is empty. You getting it? Okay.
But isn't it just a matter of perspective and scale?
Very good. What did you say it again loudly? Isn't it just a matter of
perspective and scale?
perspective and scale? What do you mean by perspective?
If I don't know if you.
No. What do you mean by perspective in general?
Point of view, like if we're not.
Point of view is the subject or the object? Huh?
Subject.
Very good. So you are saying that is subjectively real,
Yeah.
right? This is what we are studying. Okay, for the time, we just follow this. Follow this, right? And then what is intuitively coming to you? What is intuitively coming to you, which is very precious. Then you come to realize, wow, I would understand emptiness right from the beginning, right? Okay, so this is very important. Form is empty. What group A sees as form, flower, is what group B sees as emptiness. Okay, one thing that because that what we are doing, which otherwise will take years and years, we are doing this in just 1 or 2 hours. You getting it? So therefore, what I would suggest is, don't ruminate too much. Don't ruminate too much. For the time, you just follow what I'm saying. Right? After this class, you go home, then ruminate. Because you miss one line, you cannot connect to the next point. You getting it? Because what we are doing is like a crash course. Right? People study this for so many years. Right? If you ruminate, you miss one line, finish. You will not be able to connect to the next line. Don't ruminate. Right? You can ruminate freely later on, once the class is over. Okay, when I ask you a question, you can ruminate, you can give answers. Otherwise, when I say something, just follow this. If you want to know what emptiness is. If you're not interested in what emptiness is, it doesn't make you ruminate. Okay, so with this, what group A is seeing is a flower, is what group B is seeing is the emptiness of flower. Right? What is the second line? Form is emptiness first. Emptiness of form. What group B is seeing as emptiness is what group A is seeing as a form, as a flower. Verse number 3. Form is no other than emptiness, and number 4. Emptiness is no other than form. So what group A sees as form is not different from what group B sees as the emptiness of flower. Because these two are seen on the same object. Is this seen on the same object or two different objects? Same object. Right? So therefore these two are what group A sees, what group B sees, these two are not different. Okay. Likewise, emptiness is not different from the form, which means that just as what group A sees is not different from what group B sees, likewise what group B sees is not different from group A sees. So from this what we learn is, okay, if these two things are not different, why two different perceptions are coming? What is your name?
Ido.
Ido. What Ido says is perspective. What I would say is perception. You getting it? Tell me, why if these two are talking, if two of you, group A and B, you are talking about the same object, why do you have two different perceptions? One says there's a flower, one says there's no flower. Two opposite flowers, and you both are correct.
Conceptual and ultimate in the same.
No, what I'm saying is, why you are looking at that is the same object. What is this? Flower. What is this? Empty flower. What two of you are saying? Two opposite descriptions. One says there's a flower, one says there's no flower. Two opposite descriptions are happening on the same object, and both answers are correct. How can two opposite descriptions be correct on the same object? On the same object? This question.
One is enlightened and one is not. The conception is clear.
One is enlightened?
Yeah.
Oh, who's enlightened? Group B.
One is, if your mind is clear, see emptiness, you see the emptiness in the flower, and
If you see the flower, if you see the flower, your mind is not clear.
Yes, you're still in samsara.
I see. So the Buddha is in samsara. Buddha is the flower.
The Buddha can see the form in the emptiness.
So Buddha sees the flower, right?
He sees both realities.
No, I know Buddha. He sees flower.
He can see also the flower.
Yes, he sees flower.
Also the flower, yes.
He also sees flower.
Yes.
So therefore he sees flower.
He,
Therefore he sees flower. Because he sees flower, he is of samsara.
yeah, as long as he had his body, he wasn't samsara.
Oh, the Buddha is in samsara. Yes, he is.
Because everyone is composed differently.
Everyone?
Is different in his body and mind.
Yes,
So he sees from his own perspective. So one sees like from his history, education. This
okay, so the idea is that there are two different perceptions taking place because they are two different subjective minds. Is this answer?
We focus on different things.
Huh?
Yeah, we focus on different things. Why?
Okay, we focus on two different things.
Yeah.
We-
In the same object, we focus differently on the object.
I see. We focus on. Okay, with the second, if we focus on the flower, then they'll find the flower.
If they focus on the flower.
Yes. Okay. Now through electron microscope, focus on the flower. Do you see flower? Hey, electron microscope. So what's the use of electron microscope? Huh? Okay. Yes, here. Yes.
כי אנחנו כחברה הגדרנו שטעים וצבע וריח זה פרח. אז בשבילנו כחברה אנחנו אובייקטיבית, אנחנו רואים שכאובייקטיבית כפרח.
We collectively agreed upon the term that this is a flower because we all understand that the scent and the flower and the shape of the form is the label flower fits this form.
מה שהוא אמר שזה שכולם מסכימים על משהו זה לא אומר שהוא אובייקטיבי. אז הקבוצה א' רואה את זה כאובייקטיבי.
We all see it objectively.
No,
We all-
just
This group.
yeah.
This group,
This group.
No, my question is, did you follow my question? My question is, how come that the same objects seen in two opposite ways, both are correct perceptions? How come? Huh?
Because nothing exists objectively.
Yes. So therefore, two. Okay. 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 So this.
Even this group doesn't see it the same.
Okay, so the point is that all the answers coming, they are very precious. Don't simply ignore the answers. Answers are very precious, right? So meanwhile, when people are given answers, see if you agree with the other person, not agree with the other person, right? Don't simply say, okay, don't ignore like this, right? Okay, so the point is that there's nothing really there from the object. It's purely subjective. Because purely subjective, they are different subjects. So therefore automatically we're going to see things differently. Right? Okay. Yes, Nisim?
If we investigate conventionally, we see conventionalities. If we investigate from the ultimate point of view, we see the ultimate nature of the flower.
Okay, very good. Anyone else? Yes?
None of the definitions is complete or global. Each one just describes.
Even your definition is also not complete and global,
Exactly.
which means you cannot be the final decision.
It means that each one describes what he knows based on his experience
Based on his experience. Okay.
and beliefs.
Sorry?
And beliefs.
And beliefs. Okay. What do you mean by beliefs? So, okay, what is in my hand? Flower. Is this a belief? Or this is a non-belief?
That's what we're debating here about.
No, you.
I
You-
see a flower.
Okay, is this flower or not?
To me it is.
To you, this is a belief, or is just a belief, or is more than
Also
belief?
based on my experience that I've seen a lot
It's
of
not a belief.
flowers in my life.
It's not a belief. What's the opposite of belief?
I'm saying that this is a flower. because
No,
I-
what I'm saying, you said that it depends on the experience and the belief. Experience and belief, are these two different?
Yes.
Huh? Different, which means that this is experience, not belief. That you see this is a flower is an experience, is not a belief. Very good, okay. If this is how you understand as experience, then say the group A, all group A have the same experience. No, I'm asking your name? Yani. All group A people, they have the same experience?
Or they were educated by the knowledge that this is how a flower looks like.
No, they all know that this is a flower. If nobody knows, if somebody doesn't know this is flower, we have to send them to medical hospital. Right? So which means that they have the same experience? No, I'm asking him.
Yes.
Okay, yes, from your point of view, experience. So we have to define what experience is, but from your point of view, all in group A who says that this is a flower, they have the same experience. Very good, okay. Now why group B is seeing the emptiness of flower? Because of the experience, different experience. So do you see one thing, that what Nassim is saying and what your name again, sorry? Yaniv. What Yaniv is saying, what Nassim is saying, is that, and then others also, the answer they give is that is how you look at it, with what experience you're looking at it, with what subjectivity you are looking at it. If you're looking at it with your, the ultimate, looking at it with the different subject to see the ultimate, then you will see the ultimate. If you look at the same object, but looking at it from a different experience. So what you are calling as an experience, in most likelihood, you are referring to the valid cognition, a different valid cognition, which analyzes the ultimate reality. So from that point of view, you see the emptiness of flower. From the other experience, you will see the flower. Right? There are two different perceptions. Okay, so do you see that all are talking about perception, different perceptions, because they are seen by different subjective minds, right? Answers given, right? Different subjective minds. You call them different experience. You call them different subjectivity. You call them different the minds. So it depends on the subjective mind. Okay, you getting it? Okay, if that, yes.
I think your word has asked would be to see not flower, but they really see flower. They don't
No.
see an empty flower. They see flower.
Okay, so group B provided they have electron microscope. Through electron microscope, I just asked them, imagine that you are using electron microscope to look at this. Then I asked them, what did you see? So they say emptiness of a flower.
Yeah, but you told them what to see.
No, I asked them.
Is it the same as like
I asked them, no, I did not presuppose that. If I presuppose that you are right, you thought. I asked them, hey, what did you see? I asked them many times. I asked them many times. Hey, what are you saying? Right? Okay. Okay, there are so many answers coming up. Yes,
Excuse me for maybe stupid.
no problem.
Does it have anything to do with this that I see the flower directly and when I see the emptiness it's conceptual?
No, they are through the electron microscope, which is direct. It is not the concept. They're using the electron microscope. They're not thinking, Okay, one over there.
If I look close on you, you have the same color of the flower. Maybe I think you are a flower.
I say it again.
If I come closer to you
Closer.
and you are the same color of the flower, maybe I think you are the flower.
Oh, that is a disaster. Then It's time for the Leora to take. There's a problem here.
There is something I don't understand, because if you say look through the microscope, through the electron microscope, I see atoms. I don't see emptiness. And
Okay.
I also
It's the emptiness of the flower, not emptiness.
flower. I don't know that these atoms belong.
Good. Hey, are you group A or B? Group B. I said something, you have missed that. So therefore I told you that, what did I say?
Emptiness of the flower.
What did I say? Don't ruminate over. You must have been ruminating. I already said something. Tell me, what do you think? The flower or no flower? And you said,
If you ask me specifically,
yes, this I asked you specifically.
you can also ask me to see a house or no house.
So because they were group A, they are seeing flower. So because group A is seeing flower, I ask you flower or no flower? I will. This is what I said. Right? So this part is what you missed. Because you must be thinking something else. Okay. Yes, here.
I'm trying to understand, I don't know the analogy like the different perspectives between group A and group B. Also the perspective is dependent upon cause and effects. Like if I look at the sky from here, they look blue. But if I'm on an airplane and I look at the same sky, they look like transparent. But they are both the same sky. What changed is my perspective. So the sky itself, I don't know how to define it, but is it like those different perspectives between group A and group B, is it like parallel? Is it similar or the same to this perspective?
Very good, yeah. I would say it's very same. Very same. Anyone would like to now add something or? Okay. So the point is, okay, you will think more about it. I will give you some points. Okay. I'll give you some points. Yes.
I don't know if it's a question or not, but I would like to deeper. Also, each group, still the group that sees this as a flower, each individual see differently. You can count it as a flower, but still the feelings or whatever comes with it is differently for each group. Also, group B. So this definition that we are trying to do between the two groups has many other sub-definitions.
Very good. Okay. Group A, I'm saying this, I'm asking you, what do you see? You get the same answer?
It's one level.
One.
We investigated.
No, listen. They give the same answer? I agree with you. Each one of them, what kind of feelings arise within them? Flower, right? Flower. Different answers are there. All same answer, but the feeling is different. Some who likes flower. Some who doesn't like flower. Right? And then he's asking us to say it so often times, it's so boring. Flower. Some flower. It's very different. So the feelings are different, no doubt. You getting it? No doubt. Say, while difference is there, the commonality is also there. While the differences are there, commonalities are also there. Right? So we are talking about the commonality as the flower. I'm not talking about the subject, the mind which sees the flower. I'm not talking about the mind which feels pleasant to see the flower. The mind which feels unpleasant to see the flower. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the commonality. The one which spreads across everyone in group A. That is the mind to see the flower. You getting it? Okay. I agree with you that the differences are there, no doubt. They are never identical. Right? Agree? We are talking about is the commonality. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, I'd like to make a very quick summary of what you're doing to take home. is that, say, final